way I step, something in my jeans. FOI, you know that's the team, huh?
Peace. This is your brother Aidan X, and welcome to the processing class. We just talked about the white man. How about we go into talking about the black man? We hear in the teachings, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, every time you're looking at a black man, you're looking at God. How the hell can a black man be God? How can man, period, be God? Especially how we see man today, killing, stealing, pretty much reduced in value. So how the hell can, especially a nigga, some people watching this may say, how the hell can a nigga be a God?
Well, that's the way God set it up, was for this vessel that we have to be the vessel of God, where he can fully express the intellect that God has. So the way that we are now, we've been reduced over a period of time. However, if you happen to see a dog in the middle of the street and it's laid out, it got hit by a car and it's dead, and you look at it, you say, that's a dead dog. Yeah, it's a dead dog, but it's still a dog. If you look at us, you may say whatever adjective that you want to use to describe whatever type of person that they're functioning under right now. At the end of all of that, you may say that they're a dead person, they're a stripper, they're no good this, no good that, whatever the case is. Yeah, they just a dead God right now. They're not functioning at the highest region of their brain. They're functioning at the lowest region from a dead level. So whenever you decide to self-educate, or may even take on a teacher who can educate you properly, get you on the road, you will start to see the difference between a dead level and a living level. And naturally, the God in you will start to rise up, and you'll start to feel better, think better, do better, become better. And it will just happen over a period of time. It will really happen overnight. If you truly accept it at that moment, you can stop all this madness overnight.
Yes, sir. And, we hear the brothers talk a lot about knowledge of self. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan speaks a lot about knowledge of self and re-educating the black men and women. For those watching this and may have never seen a lecture, may have never read Messages of Black Men or any book, what is the knowledge of self that the black man and woman needs? Who is the black man and woman as taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan?
Yes, sir. Well, the knowledge of self is in fact the knowledge of God. And God is you, is me, and God dwells in all of us. However, there's always just one that's just supreme. Like the Holy Quran says that, my thoughts are from above while yours are from below. There's one that's always supreme overall. Now, as far as getting on a higher level of thinking, maybe not the supreme level, but going up to, a few levels, maybe like the level of an angel or so. You have to self-educate yourself and develop yourself, then stand on that level as far as like with nutrition and, live the lifestyle and stuff like that. Therefore, you would receive the true benefit of it. The knowledge of self that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches day in, day out is, of course, the knowledge of God, but then you also have the love of God, the love of self, the love for your family. And we all know now that love is an action word. So it's not just what you think, it's also what you do as well to keep what we say, preach, and what we think alive in this world. And what happened was that way of thinking and the way of doing all that was never taught and preached. So there's no way that we can live it. So God was easily taken out of the equation, and we took it on a different title.
Yes, sir. What would you say to people watching this and say, man, I ain't a God, I'm a real nigga.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I ain't a God, I'm a bad beat.
Well, you know, you can be that if you want to. Let me know how that gets you. Being a real nigga is expensive. You gotta get the latest shoes. You gotta get you a a watch. That's $300. Don't let that watch break. And you gotta get you a couple of change. You gotta get you some outfits, some clothes. You know what I'm saying? That you gotta keep doing that. Oh man, that stuff get expensive, bro. Just keeping it 100. Then on top of that, you dumb doing it too. You know what I'm saying? But to give you more of a straightforward answer, that's just the language that we talk today. That's just what's, the slang meaning of it is that we're just an authentic individual in that lane that we're currently in. But at the same time, even what's above that and underneath that is a man who has the capabilities and the abilities to be a young God among men. You just been made that by circumstances and horrible influences throughout your whole entire life to take on a title like that. And it also shows that when it comes to the true understanding of the word nigga, negro, or nigger, it means dead. So you're saying, yeah, I'm real dead right now. And to the sisters, same thing. That's just how they've been introduced and classified as a top-notch woman. We would think, well, they think that when you say that that's what you are, it means you're solidified. It's like a badge of honor when they call themselves, I'm a bad B. Like it's like a level of status symbol,
Mm-hmm.
but it only means something in America. Ain't that something? The home of all the filth. So it's a combination of no self-love. Because if you had self-love, you would identify yourself properly. That horrible influence, miseducation and direction, and even in the midst of all of that, is a virtuous woman. It's hidden underneath the debris. The way that person thinks is hidden underneath that is a virtuous, God-loving woman and a young God with the potential of being a next level God as well.
Yes, sir. And I only got one more question after this. I don't want to hold you too much. We see the brothers disciplined, and we see them participating in studying. What's the importance of studying? I know me, I was an all left student in school, and man, I didn't want to study no books. I definitely didn't want to read or educate myself because of how it was, like you said, presented. Mm-hmm. So what is the importance of studying and reading? How is this going to better my life? And, I'm young, I'm trying to have fun. So how am I going to enjoy myself also with studying?
Yes, sir. Well, once again, the way studying is presented to us, it looks boring. But when you study is the preparation of the direction that you want to go in. So if you are alive and moving and have desires and dreams, you're going to study the path of that desire in that dream so you can reach the end of that goal successfully. And for those who don't study, they typically go wherever the wind blows them. They typically end up in a location that they really don't want to be in. They typically end up involved in places that they just don't want to be a part of. That's normally how it goes. However, the studied individual, the one who has studied and applied what they learned at the right time, will always go further in life because that one truly has more desires. Now, as far as with studying being boring or how do we make it more fun? Well, that's really based off that individual, really. You know, sometimes even with myself though, brother, I gotta force myself to study because I've been taught you know, my interest growing up wasn't that strong in it, but I wanted the benefit of it so much. Studying in groups always work. Doing crafts, which is for really children, crafts and different types of events, flashcards, all that stuff. It helps out. So yeah, just enjoy it, man, and just make the best of it.